Just days after Leeds United helped their promotion hopes with a victory over Cardiff 3-0, very nice, they have been handed another further massive boost in their hunt for a major player that could really change the season. A £4 million deal has collapsed for a Leeds United target. Now, normally when we hear that, we think, oh, what have we done wrong this time? But it's a different club that made a mistake, which is a nice surprise. This was for Josh Doig at Hellas Verona. He is a left-back, Scottish, fairly young, lots of potential, and that's why clubs like Marseille were looking at him. Marseille offered, I think, £4.3 million, €5 million, whichever way you want to put it. And it was apparently set to make the move, but Marseille made a mistake and didn't close the move at the weekend when Hellas Verona had reportedly set a firm deadline. This is something that clubs do a fair bit. They say, get back to us by this date or the deal's off. Because Hellas Verona right now do not need to sell. Yes, they're a club at the bottom end of Serie A, which means that financially they're not doing too well. But they could do with the money. They don't need the money. And they don't especially need the money from Marseille when other clubs such as ours have such an interest in him. As the French club missed a major deadline, it brought the move to a halt, potentially collapsing the entire thing and meaning that Marseille's interest means nothing anymore, which is very, very good news for Leeds United. From the perspective of Josh Doig, this completely makes sense to me because if Marseille aren't fully invested, Doig could just consider other opportunities. He could say, well, where am I going to play? Because these guys couldn't bother sticking with a fairly simple deadline that we set them that wasn't too strict, because this has been a move that's been discussed for a few weeks. They said, okay, this weekend, can you give us an answer? They didn't. So Josh Doig is, of course, in his rights to go, well, I just want an employer that gives a shit, will play me, and doesn't leave me as an afterthought, which Leeds United, left back, could always come in. And it does also, this entire saga, help the Leeds United transfer strategy to make a little bit more sense. I know a lot of people have looked at Leeds United's strategy in the last window and in this window and said, well, we're not doing anything. Why aren't we making a move? But I think that's because pretty clearly at this point, patience means that more players become available as the window goes on. Clubs such as Marseille will think, we've got ages in the window, we don't need to completely secure this target. If it doesn't work, we'll move on to another one. And it's especially true in the case of clubs that are willing to sell right now, that need to sell in this window. So the specific example that I've used is on the Ben Johnson deal that we were discussing. I think in yesterday's video I discussed it. If players have really short contracts, so they've got 6 months left, like Ben Johnson, they'll be able to move for free no matter what once that contract is done, unless they sign another one. Now, in the case of Doig, I don't know if that's true because I don't know what his contract currently looks like. In fact, I'm going to have a very quick look right now as we speak because it turns out I know someone that watches these videos, which I didn't know happened. But Matty, if you are watching this one, just know I'm doing my research this time. So Josh Doig's contract expires in 2026. So it's got 2 years left, so they don't need to sell, but if he's not going to renew, then this is the perfect time for them to sell him because his contract isn't losing in value. The fact of the matter is, in my opinion, it would be incredibly daft for Verona to keep him. They really need to sell soon-ish. They can't bother waiting until the summer because in the summer, that's when prices are a little bit lower and more sensible. In winter, prices are hiked up because there's less availability in the market. It works. And I completely understand that this entire thing might be very frustrating for fans. As Leeds fans, we're used to business just not getting done at any point. We will be hunting a player for ages and ages and ages. Look at the Victor Orta years. We were hunting a striker throughout a transfer window. We were told one night that we were on the verge of signing Cody Gakpo. There was a plane waiting on the runway, and the next moment he was going to fly over and we would sign one of the most promising Wonderkids in Europe. That didn't happen, did it? And then on the same day, it's okay, guys. Bamba Dieng is on a plane ready to come to Leeds United, and it's fantastic. And that one didn't happen either. And then we got Nonto instead, and Nonto is good, but Nonto isn't a striker, and that was a time we quite desperately needed a striker, and I feel like things like that have sort of got into the Leeds United fan psyche of good things don't happen to us. And that isn't necessarily true. I know we don't have much patience, because of course we don't have much patience, because when we wait till the last minute, things historically have gone wrong, and it looks like nothing's happening, because on the faces of it, from like club releases, It looks like all we've done is let Luke Ayling go, which isn't good. And we've let Jed Spence go, which isn't good. But we need to judge the window on the entire window. Our squad is still really strong. At right back, we've still got Gray, we've still got Shackleton, which is not the depth that you would necessarily want there, but there will be replacements by the end of the window. Purely because there is that strategy of wait until the last minute, then we can make the moves. Whoever's available will want to come to us, because clearly they've not gone somewhere else, and if they were going to go somewhere else, then their mind would be in two places anyway. And yeah, I think we wait until the end of January, even mid-February, to see if we've made the signings, and if we've made those signings, what sort of impact they've had, because I don't like the way that Leeds fans just always jump to the worst possible assumption. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, join me later. I'm going to do a Football Manager stream at about 6:30. Don't know how long it'll be, but it'll be a fun time, really. We're in the Premier League. It's better than real life. Yeah. Yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will see you later.